I was walking down the street and I saw these two people who seemed like they were on something that must have been a date. And they were sitting across a table from each other, and they were both had milkshakes in front of them that neither one of them had barely taken a sip of. And they were looking at each other with these wide open faces, with these bright eyes that seemed to say, whatever you share with me right now, I'm ready to love it. Whatever gesture you make with your face, I'm ready to adore it. You and what you choose to share with me, I cherish. I see the same thing when I look at the way my brother holds out his arms when his son comes walking towards him. I have seen people bloom in the light of love. I have seen people blossom open. There are so many people we'll never get to know because they were never touched by the light of love. So many people who might have turned out differently if a different lover had been the one meeting their mystery. It's like the reason why there are so many spiritual devotees in India and so many entrepreneurs in the United States is not only because those were the grooves of culture and society that directed and allowed the flow of their human potential to show itself in that sanctified expression, but that's also another way of saying that those were the tried and true paths to receive culture and society's love. And so human beings, like plants towards the sun, grew that way. We'll never know who we could be if we'd been met by a different lover who would have been curious about different parts of us and held the possibility with deep, nurturing attention for us to develop those parts. If not culture and society, if not our family, our friends, if not our lovers, then who? I think what's left then is ourselves and our heroes. That when we reach out towards a musician, towards a storyteller, towards a researcher, when we reach out with love towards them, that part within us grows. This is why we get to have heroes that are not only perfect, unless you're only willing to love the perfect parts of yourself, but heroes who are complicated and full of unique and fascinating contradictions, which I know for me is what I love about people. It's harder when we turn the mirror, though. I'm against so many parts inside of myself. So many parts that seem weak and underdeveloped. But they're weak and underdeveloped because I'm against them. And who knows who and what they could be if I were able to shine love onto them. Because what's so weird is I'm against the part of myself that needs love. Because it doesn't always get it in a way that feels good to the part of me that wants freedom and expression. The part of me that wants to be loved for being bold and wild and outrageous. But that little badass freaks out the other one, who knows she can get love by being timid and shy and appeasing and pleasing. So when she goes out burning bridges and stomping around and creating a fuss, the little girl gets freaked out and goes to get love that much harder in the way that she knows how. Pleasing and appeasing and not hurting other people's feelings, and I hate that shit. Because I'm such a fucking badass. But these two gotta work it out. Maybe there's not anything inherently wrong with not wanting to cause other people pain. And maybe there's not even anything inherently weak and pathetic about needing and wanting love. So maybe if I can love them both, I can love their dance they've been doing all the years of my life. I can anchor something outside of their competition over who's right, or whose strategy works better, or who's more worthy of love. If I can love them both and create a frame of love, then maybe I can get outside the geometry of worthiness altogether. So, here's to loving both of them. The badass who's easier for me to love, and this scared little one who needs me now more than ever. And who I need if I'm going to be able to move forward at all and grow into the truth of who I am.